Hi everyone, and welcome back to another Food and Fun Friday, another new recipe. This recipe would have been in yesterday's slideshow, so I hope you got a chance to view that. And today we're going to sit down and eat it. I'll give you my opinion, and we're also going to talk about keto. We're going to do some scripture reading, and we're also going to tell a story. But before we do that, if you're new to this channel or even old and haven't yet subscribed, go right down there and subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so you'll be notified whenever I upload a new video. Share around this channel to help my channel to grow, which in return helps you with either the keto diet, your walk with God, whatever. And also shoot me a thumbs up, puts a smile on my face, helps this channel to grow, and it lets me know that all of you guys are enjoying all of these videos. Stay tuned. Welcome everyone, great to see you. So great to be back in on this Friday. Happy Friday to all of you. Hope you guys will have a wonderful weekend, and I'm excited to share another keto recipe with you guys. I'm just doing a stovetop crustless pizza. We've got ground beef, we've got pepperoni, we've got green onion, we've got mozzarella cheese, we've got pizza sauce, Parmesan, and red crushed pepper. Like I said in my intro, that was in yesterday's slideshow on how to make it super easy. And yeah, it looks delicious. I can't wait to try it. So many recipes you can do without crust. Don't have to have crust. And the carb count on this is so low. For the whole pan, it was only 11 net carbs. So I split it 2 ways. Could definitely be split 3 to 4 ways if you're not doing 1 meal a day. I do 1 meal a day, which is considered OMAD, and we'll go over that. But I did it just 2. I split it 2 ways. So I've got 5.5 net carbs. And then with my 1 meal, I've got a serving of just plain pork rinds. I thought that would be good to add a little bit of extra fat and maybe use it to kind of dip, put it on, as like a chip. And then I've got a cucumber here peeled and just a medium size. And then I've got a serving of ranch dressing, pink salt and pepper. I've got a lemon Too Good yogurt. Those are the ones that are great for keto, or you could do the keto ratio yogurts. Those are both keto approved, or definitely a lot of people say they are. You got to test your own body, though. You got to buy those ketone strips. And if you don't know what they are, they're just strips that detect the ketones in your body to let you know if you're in ketosis. They sell them at Walmart, 50 strips for $6 or $6.99, or at the local drugstore for $9.99. And they're perfect for when you're trying new things and stuff. You just want to see if your body stays in ketosis, because everybody will respond differently. But a lot of these recipes, a lot of people can stay within keto. So the Too Good is really great, and the keto ratio yogurt is a really good one for people that are in maintenance like I am, because it's like the perfect keto combination. It's very high fat, great source of protein, and very low carbs, only 2. This carb is 3 carb for these, and they are only 80 calories, so they're a lot less fat and everything. So if you're trying to lose weight, it'd be better to do these. I just really like these. I love the ratio too. But I go back and forth with them or whatever, but I put the nuts in, it gives me a heavy fat there. And so I've got that with a half serving of the pecans. And then I've got some whipped cream to go on top of that. I've got a Earl Grey decaffeinated tea with MCT oil to give me more fat. And then just one of those American clear waters. I've got the cherry limeade. And then after, I am going to do a dessert, and that's a surprise. It's going to be within this video because it'll be for Saturday's treat video. I found another, well, actually my husband did. He always finds these great things out. We found another keto recipe, our keto treat, and it's a sweet treat. So I can't wait to share it. And I'll do the video right after this, since I'm breaking my fast, and I'll do that video for Saturday. So you'll see me in the same outfit, but that will be the treat to go with it. So I got a nice source of fat here, nice amount of calories for my 1 meal for me in maintenance. Now, if you're new to my channel, I have been ketogenic since November 4th of 2015. So this November will be 6 years. I lost all of my weight, 100, almost, well, it's between around the 170s. So I don't know exactly it was 171, 172, but around the 170s. I lost 170 plus pounds, and I did that in 18 months, or just under 18 months. And I've been maintaining that out this April. So this last April was 4 years I've maintained my weight out. I was 2 pounds shy of 300 pounds at 5'4". I know I always change it, you guys. I tell you I'm 5'2", 5'3", whatever. Well, I just got measured at the doctor's office. The last 2 times it's been 5'4". Maybe I got a little taller because I don't have so much weight to carry. So I'm 5'4". I range between 138 and 142, and I've maintained that, you guys, for 4 years. So, and it's not just doing one meal, because I only started the one meal. I started doing it last year when the pandemic hit in 2020 in March. I started doing the 1 meal a day. I've done it before. I've done alternate day fasting. I just like doing a lot of fasting because hitting autophagy. If you'd like to know on that, go into my playlist and look under Keto Journey or Miscellaneous, and you'll see I did a video on autophagy. I did a video on keto. I've done different videos, so definitely check those out. But autophagy is after 18 hours, your body goes into autophagy, it's called. And that just is helping your body to become young again, building new cells, killing off old cells, building new cells. It increases your white blood cell, or whatever it is, to keep you really strong, really, really strong. White blood count is what we need to be strong, keep our immune system good. It also helps with loose skin. That's why I don't have a lot of loose skin. I had skin, of course, when I first lost the weight, because I wasn't doing a lot more than like 16-hour fasting. I did not incorporate that until I was about 2 months in doing keto. I got good and fat adapted. Then I started incorporating 16 hours, lost the weight, and then I started doing OMAD, alternate day fasting. I started learning how great fasting is for you. But that's why I don't have a ton of skin. Yes, I do have some, but for losing 170 pounds, I should be tons and tons and tons. A lot of mine is just loose skin. That's all it is now. I don't really have really much fat left on my body. So most of it is just loose skin, but it is tightening up from doing autophagy and the one meal and the exercising and just things I've done. It definitely helps. But I tell you right now that fasting really helps with the loose skin. So if you're worried about that, do that. I've showed you guys my body. Look at pictures of, like, in January, I was doing the weight loss thing where I was doing exercise with it. Not the weight loss, I'm sorry, exercise. I was showing you my body. So you see, I don't have a lot of loose skin. I showed you from when I first lost the weight to now doing all the fasting and not even incorporating the exercise yet. I had lost a lot of skin just doing, long fasting like that. And my favorite is the OMAD or the 40-hour fasting, but I like every other day. But I love the OMAD. I do that now 6 days a week. I was doing it 7 from March last year of 2020 till probably January of 2021. I started doing the alternate day. I did that 1 month of alternate day fasting. And then in February, I would have switched where 1 day a week on a Sunday, I just break that fast whenever I feel like I want to. So I just break it. I kind of eat what I want in that day. All keto though. I stay keto. But I don't really watch the calories or the fat intake or anything like that. I just enjoy myself. Even if I go up a few pounds in water weight, that's all it is. And then I just go back to it 6 days a week. That way I kind of feel like I get a cheat day. Since I'm not a cheater, I don't like to cheat. I have been doing this, like I said, almost 6 years, which is like close to 2,000 or right there at almost 2,000 days. I think I'll have to look into that. I could put that right after this video, how many days I have been doing this, that I've only had 11 off day plans where I did it like during the holidays and stuff like that. But I did not do it until I reached goal and about 5 months into maintenance. After maintaining that weight for about 5 months, I had the first one, because of course that would have been in April. In November for Thanksgiving, I had my first one after I hit maintenance mode. But I've only had 11, and in the last, since this pandemic, I've only had one cheat day, and that was last year at Thanksgiving. So I don't feel like I need to cheat, because I feel like I eat so great that I don't need to, and I don't like the way I feel. I do recommend to people, get as far as you can. Try to get to maintenance mode before you start incorporating off day plans, because it does mess with the head and the mind. It makes you feel icky. And the longer you go, the worse it's going to make you feel. So the more you're going to want to get back to keto. So if you have to have a cheat before that, just be very cautious and careful. If you need any help, I have helped over 3,000 people get their life back. I was taught professionally by a keto doctor, 2 keto nutritionists, and my brother who teaches this as a job, and all the studying I did myself. And I explain that in every video because I'm always getting new people. So sorry if I'm repetitive to the people that watch me all the time, but I'm just trying to help. I love to help. I feel like this is my calling, not only with keto, but even with God. I love to help. So I love to help people get set up on macro plans and understand their, how to do keto and all of that, only because I was trained professionally. I am not a professional. So, you can also I would recommend you do talk to your doctor before starting any diet regimen. But I definitely could get you started, get you on the program, get you, your deficit set up. But I would need you to email me. So I have my email link down below, and I'll love to help you. So, but anyways, I hope all of you guys are doing well on this Friday. And again, like I said, I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Hope you'll enjoy the treat video for tomorrow. I'm excited to share this with you guys. I can't believe my husband found another one. So many keto products. When I started keto, I always tell people, here's keto: meat, cheese, eggs, green leafy veggies. That's keto. Okay, no grains, no sugars. That's what you want to do. But when I was doing it, it was pretty boring then. But now they have so many things. They have yogurt now. They have pizza, like actual pizzas now. So you don't have to make them at home. The Quest products, I highly recommend. They're great. So the Quest products are good. But I mean, they have everything. They have breads. They have pastas now. They have pizzas, microwavable dishes, ice cream, cake, cookies. I mean, they even have cake now maybe I shouldn't say anything. I'm going to wait because I'm going to share that with you guys. I have done those little cup ones you do in the microwave, but now they actually have a full cake you can make with frosting, keto. But I want to always try it first just to make sure that it really is truly keto, because sometimes they can write keto on there and it's not truly keto. I got to look at the ingredients and all of that. But yeah, I'm here to help if you need the help. So before we get going on eating this meal and enjoying it, and I'll let you know what I think, because I always do the slideshow and then sit down and eat the meal on the same day. That way I can tell you about it the next day, what I think about it. And then, in the slideshow too, because I make that after, I can tell you how good it was. All right, we're going to read our words of Jesus for women. Always start with God. He's number one. Make him number one. Priority number one. Start with God. All right, we are on This Is What Matters. Mark 12:30. Love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your mind and with all your strength. And it goes on to say, don't blow by this verse. Even though that might be easy to do because it's so familiar, you read it and think, well, of course I totally love God. Remember that Exodus 25 states that God is a jealous God. He wants your total devotion. Jesus restates that here. So God and Jesus, God was saying it in Exodus, and then Jesus restates it here. It won't work to try and divide your devotion, worship, or attention. God will not share your heart with anything or anyone. You're either all in or all out. You can try to worship and obey halfway, or you can't. Or you can try to worship and obey halfway, but you won't be fooling God. You won't be pleasing him either. Make an honest evaluation of what's important to you. Is there anything in your life that ranks above God? And we've talked about that a lot, how God, and I just said it, let's make God number one. Number one, make him your first priority, because he is jealous. God does get jealous. He wants all of your attention. So start the day with him, go through the day with him, and end the day with God, really giving your whole heart to him and spending that alone quality time with his son, Jesus, praying to him, talking to him as a best friend. But God does get jealous. So, make him number one in your life. And that's going to show what your true Christian walk is. That's going to help you in your walk with things of, people hurting you, or people, you're always going to have somebody that's not going to like you. That just happens in life. I mean, it says right in the Bible, Jesus said, they may hate you, but they hated me first. And Jesus was perfect. You're never going to have everybody that's going to love you, but be kind and loving to everybody and never wish any harm upon anybody that's hurting you. Ask God to bless their heart, bless them. Ask no harm to come upon them. Always pray for thy enemy, always, because you're always going to have that. But you know what? Just be kind and loving to everybody. Bite your tongue. Think before you speak. Think before you even tell your friends about it. Talk to God. Go to God about it when you're having trouble with somebody. Go to God. He'll understand. Even your frustration, even if you have to take your frustration out on God, he'd rather you take it out on him than spread gossip to everybody out there. God doesn't like that. He wants you to have a soft, kind heart like Jesus. Be as Christ-like as possible. Christ didn't do that. He didn't go spread rumors around. We're not supposed to judge. It says right in the Bible, never judge anybody, because you don't truly know. I mean, if you just assume things, well, that's not what God wants you to do, because we can assume something and it cannot be true. And then you're hurting somebody that truly doesn't need to be hurt. So let's just take it to God. Give God our all, because that's what he wants, because he gets jealous. We got a jealous God when we're not giving him what we need. He wants all of us. We belong to him. We're his children, and he loves us so dearly. So give him your all, you guys. The bottom said, you shall not make yourself an image in the form of anything in heaven above, or on earth beneath, or in the waters below. You shall not bow down to them or worship them, for I, thy Lord your God, am a jealous God. Exodus 24:5. That's what I was just talking about here. He's a very jealous God. Don't put any gods above him. Nobody. money, music, clothes, material things, cars, anything. Don't put that above God. He wants to be number one. Make him number one and watch your whole life come together perfectly. Sure, we're going to have hard days because the devil's going to come to steal, kill, and destroy because he can't stand we have our salvation. Can't stand that we're going to heaven. But just keep giving it to God. Let the devil just tell him, say, get thee behind me, Satan, in Jesus' name. And he flees. He's going to come back though. But be ready with that armor of God. That's in Ephesians, Ephesians 6:10-18, putting on the full armor of God. Put that armor of God on daily. Start your day, go through your day, and end your day with Life's Manual, the Holy Bible. Read it, study it, get a personal relationship with God's Son, spending alone time with him, reading God's Word. He wrote this for a reason. This is how we're supposed to live, you guys. This is how we're supposed to live. Everything you need to know, all the predictions, everything is right here. And you're not going to believe when you start reading it. Look at the stuff, like I tell you, that I read. And then you learn as you grow how God wants us to live. And it just makes you a softer, nicer, sweeter person. We want to be, like I said, as Christ-like as we can. Let's try to do that. Challenge yourself. I say it all the time. Do a 30-day challenge of the New Testament. You can go right down below into my church's YouTube channel. And our deacon of the church, you're going to have to scroll a little ways to find it. But he did do a 30-day challenge, and you could read it right with him. Let him read it to you. And just do a 30-day challenge or do it on your own. Whatever. Get your highlights out. Highlight what you love. Write it down what you love. Put it in your pocket. Do it on index cards. Just, put them all over the place. Put them on Post-it notes, ones that you really love, verses that mean something to you, that mean a lot to you and really touch your heart. And then maybe do the whole Bible in a year or read the Old Testament in 60 days. Challenge yourself, you guys, to really open up this beautiful book. Don't let it collect dust. It does no good. Is it going to stop you from going to heaven? No. If you have your salvation, you have your salvation. But let's make him proud. And we just heard that again the other day. I heard it again. When you enter those gates, wouldn't you love to hear God say, good job? And you earned all those crowns and gems and all of that because of your good work on earth. Let's try to spread the good word. We need to, guys. We need to spread the good word. Help many souls come to Christ. Many souls. All right. So I got this new shirt. It's a new little crop top I got. I'll show you guys. Well, I probably will end up doing it in a video sometime. I don't know, but we'll wait a little while. But I got this cute little crop top from TJ Maxx. Just doing it with my high-waisted dark jeans and my white belt. It's a little bit see-through, though. I noticed that, but I still love it. I love how soft the material is. It was only $5.99 at TJ Maxx, so I got a black one and a white one. And I did get it in a medium because it runs a little bit small, so I got it in a medium. But I love it. Love it. I know it's showing a little bit of my chunk because I still have a little bit of chunk on my body, but I've lost so much. I'm so proud of myself. But anyways, it's a little bit sheer, a little bit see-through, so maybe you might want to see, it's hard when you're wearing a crop top to put anything under it. You could do a tank and tuck the tank in, or get a crop tank and put under it, but that's fine. I just did a white bra with it, but I love it. Love it. I think it's so cute. I love the crop tops, especially, like, I wouldn't think ever at my age I could wear a crop top. I couldn't wear them. Well, I did wear them when I was younger because I wasn't a real heavy person until I got pregnant. But yeah, I used to wear the crop tops. I'm just awesome. At 45, I'm wearing crop tops again, and I feel beautiful in them. I feel wonderful. I love them. I love the little crop tops. So, but anyways, let's go ahead and try a bite of this. We'll try a bite first, and then we'll put it on a pork rind because I want to just get a really good taste. Obviously, it's going to be good. It's hamburger, mozzarella cheese, Parmesan cheese, pizza sauce, red crushed pepper. Did I say mozzarella? Yeah, pepperonis, green onion. So let's go over it one more time. Hamburger, green onion, pepperoni, mozzarella cheese, pizza sauce, a seasoning, the Down by the Bayou that I got from my good friend Jennifer, and then red crushed pepper and Parmesan cheese. I hope I said green onion. Look at that. It's pizza. Pizza sauce too. I hope I said that. Pizza sauce. Yum, yum. So it's pizza without the crust. Yep, that tastes just like pizza. Yum, yum. You can do it however you want. If you want to go lower fat, you could use ground turkey. If you want to do it differently with sausage, you could use a ground sausage and make it a sausage and pepperoni pizza. But I'm doing the ground beef because, of course, I do ground beef for pizza too. But ooh, this is yummy, yummy, nice and spicy with the red crushed pepper and the seasoning that I got from Jennifer. Like I said, just to give me enough calories because I didn't have more stuff set out like I normally do. I thought I'm going to do the pork rinds too. Plus, that one I'm going to show you, that treat for tomorrow that's going to be added with this video, but it's going to be a separate video. That's high in fat too, so it'll be enough fat with all of that then. This one, again, you know me, if you've been following me, I make the quick, easy, simple, low carb meals. I make such low carb meals too, and I make it so easy for you guys. This literally took like prep time and everything. There was no prep other than cutting the onions. That was it for prep. I mean, it literally took like 15 minutes to make this. Like, that's cooking the hamburger. The rest of you just put together. It was so easy. So I hope you had a chance to see that. Always check out those slideshows the day before on Thursday, because it's like a 2-3 minute slideshow. I just go over how to make it real quick so you guys can make it and then sit down with me on a Friday and enjoy it, or make one of my other recipes. But I always do that real quick slideshow just to show you quick how to make it. And then, of course, in this box, if you didn't get a chance to see it, I do list all the ingredients and how to make it in this box as well, down in my information box. That tea tastes good. I got the sugar-free chocolate creamer in it. Whenever I do that, it tastes like, to me, like hot cocoa. I think a few people tried it and agreed with me. Even in coffee or tea, it tastes like hot cocoa when you add the sugar-free creamer. It's so funny how it makes it taste like you're drinking hot cocoa. And I suppose you don't even have to put it in your coffee. I suppose you could just heat up water and just put it in the water, and it would taste like hot cocoa too. And you can have hot cocoa keto. But I like it in the tea. So good. I love doing pizza dishes. You can go to Papa Murphy's and get their keto crustless pizza too, and just have it made up how they, how you want it. They'll make it up for you. I do that too. But to save on, be able to get more for your buck and just make it at home in your own way, so for sure it's, the ingredients and everything, which, of course, all those ingredients are fine because it'll be the same ingredients you're using at home. But then, once in a while when you don't want to cook, you can get it from Papa Murphy's, and that just goes in the microwave then because there's no crust to it. But I like to be able to do ones at home too, so you can just make it how you want. I mean, you could make it even more. You could put black olives in it. You could put green olive in it. You could do sausage and onion. You could do bacon and sausage. You could do however you want, however you like your pizza. You can make it up. But the best part of it would be to do the ground beef or a ground sausage or like a ground turkey, something like that to start off. You could even do a chicken pizza, ground chicken. Just to give it the density of it, the main part of it. Oh, this is so good. Okay. Now that I'm enjoying this food so much, we need to get the story going. Okay, let's see. Which one am I going to tell? Okay, I'll tell you a funny story. Unless I already told that one. I hope I didn't. I don't think I did, so I'll tell the story. My son, for his 5th birthday, for starters, I grew up loving Elvis because my dad was an Elvis impersonator. My father, bless his heart, rest in peace, passed away in 2002. My dad was only 48 when he passed away, but he was an Elvis impersonator. So I grew up loving Elvis. My dad was always out performing at, clubs and stuff like that. I was even with some of them at the clubs. Mom's got pictures of me in my little dress dancing on stage. But growing up, always listening to Elvis. I love Elvis. I'm very big in our family. My uncle was also an impersonator too. My other uncle has a shrine of Elvis stuff. So, big Elvis fans. But when my dad passed away, my son was 3.5 years old. And, gosh, my son is already 23. 20 years ago. Well, my son's going to be 23 on May 29th, the end of this month. He'll be 23 years old. But anyways, he, didn't know much about Elvis and stuff like that at that age and stuff like that. But right after my dad passed, this is so weird. My dad must have jumped into my son. Must have always been there around him, that, the spirits and his angel and all that. Because immediately, just like a month after my dad passed, my son got big into Elvis. Big. He wanted us to make him costumes. I was making him all these costumes, because I'm a seamstress. I love to sew and stuff like that. And so I was making him all these Elvis costumes. And he even went to karaoke one night with me, getting up, singing Elvis. He was playing a fake guitar and doing a karaoke version of Elvis, I think Hound Dog. And he was just doing all that. He was just so big into Elvis. So I think my dad jumped into him when he passed away. But he did love my son very much. He was very close to him. But anyways, so we were doing all this for my son and everything. He was just so big into Elvis, and he didn't lose that. To this day, he loves Elvis. But for years and years, we were making costumes and stuff. Well, when his 5th birthday came, he wanted Elvis to come to his birthday. Of course, he doesn't understand. Elvis is gone. He understood people die and stuff like that, but he didn't understand what die really was, he's only 5. It was just his 5th birthday. Kids don't really learn about death until they're a little older. He would always ask, "Where's Papa?" When I'd say he's in heaven, he goes, "Well, I want to go to heaven to see him. Where's heaven?" So hard for a 3.5-year-old to explain that to him. But anyways, so for his 5th birthday, he always had somebody special for a birthday. His first birthday, he had a Teletubby party. Nothing there. He was big into Teletubbies, so we just did a party. Back then, he used to watch it all the time. Second birthday, he had just a pony. My uncle had rented a pony for him, so he had pony rides right at the house there. The 3rd birthday, he had Scooby-Doo come. 4th birthday, he had Batman. And the 5th birthday, he wanted Elvis. He wanted Elvis to come. So I rented this Elvis. I called up different places, and I rented this Elvis for him. And I was told by the guy on the phone, "Oh, wait till you see this guy. He is just amazing. He is so much like Elvis. He sings, he dances, he does everything, and he sounds like Elvis, and he's really good." The price of it back then would have been, let's say 2002, 3, 4, 2004, I believe. The price of this Elvis was around $150. And the guy on the phone ragged. This is the best Elvis ever. Wait till you see him. I told him about my dad being an impersonator. So I said, "I'll be able to tell, how good he is and stuff." He goes, "Oh, you're going to love him." Well, I was excited. So was my son. Because I love Elvis too. So I thought it'd be cool to have an impersonator in here, And so I set up my dining room. I took everything out of my dining room. Cleaned the whole dining room out from all the furniture we had in there. Table, all that. Set it up for Elvis to be able to dance in. I had a strobe lights going. I had things that represent Elvis. The different lighting to turn off and on. And I had a microphone set up for him and everything to be able to sing and all that. Because, this guy was raving how great he was. And that he's singing and everything. So I went through all the work to do all of that. I was excited. My kid was excited. And we're all getting ready for this Elvis to come in, and we're all thrilled, because big Elvis fans in my family. And in walks, I don't know who, but it was not an Elvis impersonator. It wasn't even close to an Elvis impersonator. Nobody would have even mistaken him for an Elvis impersonator. I don't know. First off is he wore a wig, where my dad, when he impersonated, dyed his hair black, tried to be as close to Elvis as possible. This guy had on a wig, which is fine. You don't got to dye your hair, but he had a wig on that was completely crooked on his head when he came in, crooked. His outfit was so bad. It was like this costume that he wore was like, I think, a Halloween costume, like a $30 Halloween costume. It was the worst costume ever. Like, it wasn't even cut right. He wore the fakest jewelry around him and everything. It was so weird. The glasses were a cheap pair of like $3, I think, Halloween sunglasses too. And all that. And when he came in, first off, we're looking going, "Oh God, he looks nothing like Elvis." My own son, literally, we have pictures of my son going, like, his face was priceless. He just like looking going, and I kept snapping pictures. Everybody in the family was snapping pictures. It was his birthday. But in almost every picture he's going like this. Even my stepdad's going, like this. We're like trying to figure this guy out. And my kid kept looking, well, Mom, that's not Elvis. That's not Elvis. Now, you know, he doesn't understand that there is no Elvis. He's dead. But to Dylan, that was not Elvis. Who he watched on TV, all of that, this was not Elvis to him. And the guy even was like really, really short and very, not super obese, but he was overweight, which Elvis did as years went on. Elvis gained weight. I understand that. But just everything about him was just so bad. I mean, his wig was crooked. I forgot. So he didn't even have his wig on properly. So you could tell he was not the right person. And even my 5-year-old could tell this. And then I set up this big room for him and everything. He never even used that room. He never used the room. He never went back there to sing. He would do a couple of songs of Elvis completely off key. No music with him. I thought, because he said he brings music with him. He sings all the Elvis songs. He sang a couple of Elvis songs that were completely off key. Could not sing for anything. He was not even a singer. So it doesn't matter not being able to sound like Elvis. My dad sounded just like Elvis. I'll have to share that with you guys sometime. He was close to Elvis. Nobody could truly be Elvis. But this guy could not even hold a tune, a note, didn't really even know the songs. He was screwing up on the words of the Elvis songs. I'm going, what the heck? My kid was very disappointed. There was a point where he just, Mom, I don't want him. I want him to go. That's not Elvis. So I was very disappointed in this Elvis and then he didn't even use the room that I spent all day decorating and getting all the furniture out of it. Thought he was going to go in there and sing and dance. He said he sings, he dances, and he needs room because he does all the moves that Elvis does. So I thought, wow, this is going to be an incredible Elvis. Nothing like he imagined. I don't have any photos. I wish I did to show you guys, because after this I could stick some of the photos in. You would laugh. You would laugh at this Elvis. If for some reason if I can get my mom to send me some photos. I doubt it though, because they were photos that we took on old phones and stuff like that. I don't think I can get to any of those photos. So I'm sorry if I can. If I can, I won't be in here. And I doubt I can. Maybe a 1% chance I'll find some. But anyways, the worst Elvis ever. And I was just so upset. So I thought, this is ridiculous. I mean, $150 is not a ton to pay for for somebody to come to your house. But still, $150 in the early 2000s. I wasn't a rich person. Raising a kid without his dad and all that was not easy. It wasn't easy. So $150, that was a lot of money for me to put up. So I called the company. I was so upset. I thought, oh my gosh. And he didn't even stay very long. It was like really weird. He barely did anything, and then he just left right away. It was just so weird. So my mom said, you got to call the company. Because even your own 5-year-old said that's not Elvis. Okay? So I did. I called the company. I complained. He goes, really? Because everybody really likes him. Maybe he was just having an off day. I said, his wig was crooked. He couldn't sing a note of Elvis. You said he sings really good. He didn't even know the songs. He was screwing up on them. I'm like, and I have so many witnesses here to this was a birthday party. I had a bunch of people here that will testify that this guy was a terrible Elvis. I said his wig was crooked. He didn't even have his wig on right. I said my own 5-year-old was saying that's not Elvis. So I said my son was upset, and I said, is there something you could do for me? And he goes, I'm so sorry that happened. I don't understand. I'll talk to the guy. Maybe he was having a bad day. I don't know, because normally people love him. And I'll return your money. So he did return my money, thank God. But I'll tell you what. Be careful, you guys, when you rent things like that. Make sure you read reviews and stuff. I didn't read the reviews on it. I was just going by what the guy was saying. I didn't even know if they had reviews on him. But he was the worst. So just make sure when you rent things like that, make sure you do the reviews. Maybe thinking $150 Elvis was it not that expensive. But when we got Scooby-Doo was really good, and Scooby-Doo was only like $150 to $200. And Scooby-Doo really was good. Dylan loved him. That was for his 3rd birthday, and even the Batman was really good that we got, and that was around that price. So I don't know. But I got my money back, thank God. But I'm just so sad that my son's 5th birthday was ruined because he didn't get Elvis there. He thought Elvis was coming. I know we need to explain that Elvis isn't real, but he was 5. I didn't want to take that from his heart, Wanted him to believe in what he believed. Of course, when he got older, I showed him pictures again. He's like, I can't believe that Elvis was so bad. I wish I would have had my uncle do it. My uncle was an Elvis impersonator. My uncle would have definitely done Elvis 1,000 times better for free for my son. I don't even know why I didn't think to do him. To have him come and do it. I think maybe I thought about it, but maybe he was busy. I don't remember. But yeah, we should have worked it out for that because he would have believed more that was Elvis. But of course, Elvis doesn't wear face stuff. So I think that's why I didn't. Because, you don't have face. So I think Dylan would have figured out that was his uncle. Well, he definitely would have figured out that was his uncle. Because he could have been able to tell by his face. That's why I didn't have him come. That's right. But it didn't matter because the Elvis that came, he told me, he goes, that's not Elvis, Mom. So I just tried to do everything I could to make him happy. My little kid was dressed in an Elvis costume. I had his hair sprayed black, just sprayed, those sprays that wash out. He wanted his hair sprayed. He had all his chains on. He looked better. He looked more like Elvis than this guy did. My son did, and he was only 5, and he looked more like Elvis than Elvis, this impersonator that came. My son was way better, and that's why I wish I had photos to show you guys of my son that day, and the costume I made him, and his hair sprayed and all that. It was just so cute. If I ever come across those, I'll show you guys, but I doubt I'll be able to do it in this video. But I felt so bad disappointing him, and it's just so funny how he became into, got into Elvis just months after my dad died. I wish my dad would have seen that because my dad was so close to him and would have loved to see my son get up and do karaoke and do Elvis and love Elvis so much. He wanted all those costumes made and everything. So my dad would have loved to have seen that in my son, because my dad was a huge Elvis fan. My dad actually went to concerts of Elvis. And at one of the concerts, I think I already mentioned this to you guys, got a scarf from Elvis, which was supposed to go to a girl. Elvis would pull it off and hand it to a girl, but my dad grabbed it. My dad was up front, and he grabbed it and got one. So we actually have put away right now. We actually do have a scarf that came off of Elvis's neck. So that's really cool. My dad loved Elvis that much. And when Elvis died, my dad was a famous singer, could sing really good, also impersonated Elvis, could sing Elvis songs, actually wrote a song, and he wrote it that day, the day that Elvis died. My dad was devastated, wrote a song, and it actually got cut in Tennessee for my dad. My dad went to Tennessee, and this song was called Answer to a Prayer. It never got out, but he had a record done of it. Answer to a Prayer, and it was right after Elvis died. He wrote it in honor of Elvis, and then he had another one on there called Live Today, which is just a song my dad had wrote. And he did this. My dad was trying to become a professional singer and all that, and but his manager hung himself. My dad never really pursued it after that, but my dad had a beautiful voice. Sometime, I actually did share a video with you guys. Maybe I'll link that in this one here. I'll link it down in my description box of a nail design that I had done on a friend of mine, an Elvis nail design. But I actually put my dad in the background singing, and he's singing, Are You Lonesome Tonight, I think he's doing. Yeah, I think he does Are You Lonesome Tonight. I don't think it was Love Me Tender. I think it was Are You Lonesome Tonight. It's one of the other ones, but that actually is my dad singing. I'll see if I can throw that video into here, so you guys can at least hear, just from the background, my dad singing. It was just a bad recording of my dad doing it, but it still sounded really good. So if I get a chance, I'll at least do that, just so you can hear a bad recording of my dad doing Elvis, but you can still tell that that he sounded like Elvis. He really did. And it's even a bad recording. Just didn't have good equipment back then, but still, it sounded pretty good. They got better. The recordings got better as you got older because better equipment and all that. Then doing it in studios and stuff, on stage and all that. But this was just recorded probably off of a karaoke machine. I don't know. But I want you guys to hear it, so you just get an idea how he sounds when he's singing. And then he also does that talking part that Elvis does. And I do believe now it was Are You Lonesome Tonight? Because he does, but Are You Lonesome Tonight, darling? Where he talks, where Elvis did. So if there is something about, if I can't have you, they can just take the curtain, or pull the curtain down, or drop the curtain down. I don't remember, but the talking part that Elvis did, my dad does that really good too. So I will link this down in my description box, so you guys can go watch that video. It was from when I first started doing my videos, my YouTube channel, and I was only doing nails and outfits and stuff like that. So this was a nail one I had done on a friend of mine. It was an Elvis nail design. So you can look at that too, and that turned out good. I did a really good silhouette of Elvis. But if you listen either in the beginning or at the end, I think it's either in the beginning or the end or whatever, you'll hear my dad doing Elvis. And it's him singing, not Elvis, so it didn't get, it's not a copyright. This was after my dad had passed away, so this was just a recording of him. All right, how long video? I'm trying to keep it at 40 minutes. We'll eat a little bit of this yogurt. We're just going to do a quick little serving of the whipped cream. And we'll eat some of it. This is the lemon one. This was a new one that came out with not too long ago. The lemon, it's good. So we'll eat a little bit of this. Sorry, I still don't get a frog in my throat. We'll eat a little bit of this and then we'll get off, and then I'm going to make my treat video for you guys for Saturday. It'll all be done within this meal, but a separate video for Saturday. So as long as I broke the fast, then I can have that treat. I can't wait to share it with you guys. I was so excited when my husband found it. My husband finds all the good stuff. He does. He finds all the good stuff. All right, so I'm going to finish that up, and then I'll get going on making the video for Saturday. Like I said, it'll be a totally separate video. But within this meal, so it was added to this meal. Just so you know, if you wanted to do OMAD and do the exact meal I was eating, then you'll know that's going to be added into. And I, in maintenance, do about with that one meal, or if I eat throughout the day, I try to do between 15 and 18, but I'm closer to like 18 to 2,000 is about what I do. But around 18 is where I sit for maintenance calories for me, which is really good for somebody my size and, so short and everything and so petite and all that. That 1,800 is a lot to be able to eat to maintain that weight out. And sometimes I can even, do 2,000 depending on what exactly I'm eating. Like if it's mostly meats and stuff like that and not a lot of carb, yeah, I can get it up there to 2,000 easily. So, all right. So I'm going to finish this up. I'm going to get off of here and then I'll go ahead and make that treat video. So of course you're going to see me in the same outfit and just know it was added to this meal, but you'll get it separate for Saturday. And I can't wait to share it with all you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed those verses, the story, and this meal. Definitely make it. Try it. It was delicious. I love all of you guys very much. Everybody take care. God bless. And I'll see each and every one of you in my very next upload. And remember, always make God first because he's a jealous God. He is. Make him number one and watch your whole life change. I love you guys. Take care.